you have now learned about a range of different hypothesis tests. The test of a population mean, a population proportion, the chi-square test of independence, for instance, and also a hypothesis test which allows you to test whether two different population means are equal or not. It turns out this is only a small selection of all the hypothesis tests that are available to you. If you go to the library or if you search the internet, you will find an enormous range of possible hypothesis tests. Let me just point out two occasions where you may be interested and you would have encountered such an interest in testing certain hypotheses. When we tested the equality of two population means, we had to make assumptions about the population in order to find out what the distribution of our test was like. And we needed that to calculate a p-value and come to a decision. The assumption on that occasion was that the two populations were normally distributed and that the two variances in the populations were equal. That would allow us to derive a small sample t-distribution for our test of equality of means. Now, these two assumptions, normal distribution of populations and equal variance of populations, these are things you could test using a hypothesis test. So you may want to perform a hypothesis test to then have the justification to apply another hypothesis test. So you may have all sorts of reasons to run hypothesis tests. We have introduced you to a small set, but hopefully you also see what the general principles of all these hypothesis tests are. You need a set of hypotheses, you need a test statistic, and third, you need to understand what the distribution of the test statistic is if the null hypothesis is true. If you have all of these, you can then calculate a p-value and make a decision about your hypothesis. Whenever you have to look up a new hypothesis test, which you are not familiar with, look out for these three ingredients, and they will guide you through the process.